You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.
The Chicago Bears are going to have a whole lot of talent on the board during the 2024 NFL Draft. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of KIEQ on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. First and foremost, Bears fans, I hope you guys had a really good Easter, spending that great holiday with your family. I know I enjoyed it with my wife, my family, and especially my daughter. With it officially being NFL Draft Month, which I am super pumped about, I wanted to give you guys my draft big board of players that fit the Chicago Bears needs in the 2024 NFL Draft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rank these players from 10 to 1. And as I'm going through these different players or ranking these different players of the Bears needs during the 2024 NFL Draft, feel free to comment down below, engage with me, and give me your guys' draft big board for the Chicago Bears for the 2024 NFL Draft. Before I go any further for today's episode of KIEQ on the Mic, Bears fans, I do want to let you guys know that I will be going live for the 2024 NFL Draft of round 1. So I hope you guys come join me in my draft party. I will be giving away some prizes, some KIEQ on the Mic gear, maybe some draft caps as well. So make sure you come join me for the very first round of the NFL Draft, and let's welcome the newest Chicago Bears to the organization. I cannot wait to spend round 1 of the NFL Draft with you guys right here on KIEQ on the Mic. So here we go, Bears fans. Number 10 on my list is center Jackson Powers Johnson. And Bears fans, you guys all know how I feel about Jackson Powers Johnson. He's 6'3", 320 pounds. He's the best center in the 2024 NFL Draft. He's a big-time people mover in the run game. He's equally as good in pass protection as well. He has position versatility, which I really like. He has played center and the guard position. I know the Chicago Bears kind of addressed the need with Coleman Shelton and even Ryan Bates during this offseason, but I think it would still be very smart, especially if the Chicago Bears opt to trade down from the number 9 overall pick to take a good, long, hard look at a guy like Jackson Powers Johnson, because once again, we still, to me, needed long-term answer at the center position, and I don't think Coleman Shelton or Ryan Bates is a long-term option. I think Jackson Powers Johnson could be your center for the next 10 to 12 years. So I rank him at number 10 on today's video of my Chicago Bears draft board. Moving on to number 9, this may come as some of a surprise to you guys, but it's going to be edge rusher Jared Verse. He stands at 6'4", 260 pounds. Verse is a very powerful player with violent hands, which I really like. Has very good first step explosiveness that would allow him to excel in the National Football League. And don't get me wrong, Jared Verse is a really realistic option for the Chicago Bears, either at number 9 overall if they stay put, or if they trade down, get some draft capital and a trade down for number 9, you could still probably land a guy like Jared Verse. I think my big problem with Jared Verse is that he only wins as a power rusher, which to me is not a problem. Guys like Khalil Mack have had a really good career of just being a power rusher, but I just think there's some other guys that could potentially be on the board for the Chicago Bears that offer a little bit more than guys like Jared Verse. But that is not me saying that I wouldn't accept or love Jared Verse on the Chicago Bears. I think having him and pairing him up with Montez Sweat on the Chicago Bears defensive line would definitely be big time. But I think there's definitely some other edge rushers that I would probably like a little bit more other than Jared Verse, but he does land at number 9 on today's video. Moving on to the number 8 player on my big board, and that is edge rusher Laiatu Latu. He stands at 6'5", 265 pounds. And I know what you guys are thinking already. Well, KIEQ, why in the world is Latu over Jared Verse? Latu was the most productive pass rusher in college football over the past 2 seasons. When you look at his stats, Bears fans, it's absolutely crazy. He had 12 sacks in 2022, and he followed it up with 15 sacks in 2023. His home was in the backfield. He has a flurry of pass rush moves I really like. He has great quickness and agility. Hands are precise and fast. And I think the one reason why Laiatu Latu is not listed as the best edge rusher in the 2024 NFL Draft was that neck injury that he sustained in 2021. And to me, if he didn't have those injury history that could possibly scare NFL teams for his long-term future, I think he would be labeled as the best edge rusher in this draft class, but he does land at number 8 on my big board. Now moving on to number 7, Bears fans, I have offensive tackle Olu Fanu. He stands at 6'6", 319 pounds. Fashanu, first and foremost, is a great athlete for his size. He scored a 9.49 on his RAS score. He has great foot speed and balance. And the most impressive part about Olu Fashanu is that no sacks were given up in 3 seasons and only allowed 1 quarterback hit. He's also really young, so he still has a lot of room to improve. I know a lot of people love Braxton Jones, and I love Braxton Jones. But if you do opt to trade down, I wouldn't pick him at number 9 overall, but the Bears do opt to trade down a couple of spots, and Olu Fashanu is still there. I would be highly intrigued by selecting Olu Fashanu out of Penn State. Not only that, Olu Fashanu actually was teammates with quarterback Caleb Williams dating back to their time in high school. I think he's talked a lot about Caleb Williams as a leader. Absolutely loved playing with Caleb Williams, so they could pair those two together in the first round of the 2024 NFL draft. I don't think he is the best tackle prospect in the 2024 NFL draft, but I do think he is one of the best, so he lands at number 7 on today's video. Now moving on to number 6, I have edge rusher Dallas Turner. He stands at 6'4", 242 pounds. And Bears fans, Turner is an absolute stud. Last 2 seasons at Alabama, he had 16 sacks, 22 quarterback hits, and 54 quarterback hurries. He possesses good arm length, good change of direction and acceleration, really impressive speed, both on the snap and in pursuit towards the football. The dude is an absolute stud. Once again, a younger player that's going to continue to improve. Didn't possess a whole lot of power in 2022, but definitely improved on that power in 2023. So he's a young player that's going to continue to improve. He would look really good alongside Montez Sweat as well on this Bears defensive line. I don't think Dallas Turner is a realistic option for the Chicago Bears because I do think the Atlanta Falcons will probably take Turner with the number 8 overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft. But if Dallas Turner does happen to be there at number 9, I think Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears could possibly pull the trigger on a guy like Dallas Turner. But once again, Bears fans, the margin between Dallas Turner and Laiatu Latu to me is very slim. I think if it wasn't for Latu's neck injury in 2021, I would have Laiatu Latu as the best edge rusher in the 2024 NFL draft. I think Dallas Turner is also a really rare athletic freak prospect at the edge rusher position in the 2024 NFL draft. I just feel like Laiatu Latu will definitely be that guy. But all in all, Dallas Turner does land at number 6 on today's video. Now moving on to my top 5 prospects. Starting off with number 5, it has to be offensive tackle Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. Once again, 6'8", 322 pounds. When you look at Joe Alt, Bears fans, I've talked about him before on past podcasts right here on KIEQ on the Mic. Alt is the full package, has the size, speed, strength, and IQ for the National Football League. He posted a 9.91 RAS score. The dude is a freak athlete. He is only 21 years old, so he's going to continue to get better. Once again, I absolutely love Braxton Jones, but if you're able to upgrade with a guy like Joe Alt, once again, if Joe Alt happens to slip to number 9, I think Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears should run to the podium and select a guy like Joe Alt. Is it possible that he drops? Yes, it's always possible, but I do think Joe Alt should be at least a top 6 pick in the 2024 NFL draft. Once again, I think he is better than a guy like Olu Fashanu. I would also like a guy like Olu Fashanu, but if I have my choice, if they were both on the board, like if Fashanu and Joe Alt were both on the board at number 9, I would opt for a guy like Joe Alt. So he lands at number 5 on today's video. Now moving on to number 4, we have wide receiver Romad Duncan staying at 6'3", 215 pounds. And obviously all 3 receivers are going to be within my top 5. And it's like the margin between all these receivers are very slim because they are all different types of receivers, right? And they all offer different things. For example, when you look at a guy like Romad Duncan, he reminds me of a guy like Chris Olave. Duncan has excellent hands with a large catch radius. He has impressive ability to change speeds, especially at his size. He has good vertical ability, also a very versatile route runner as well. And he's also reliable and willing blocker, which I really like. Out of all the receivers in the 2024 NFL Draft, Bears fans, I think Romad Duncan is probably the most realistic. I think Romad Duncan has a very good chance to make it to number 9 overall, possibly. I'm out of guys like Malik Neer and Marvin Harrison Jr. I think if Romad Duncan is on the board with the guys like Joe Alt, I think I would probably lean to possibly taking Romad Duncan. I think that would be a really tough decision, but just thinking about the idea of having Romad Duncan, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, and Caleb Williams on the same offense just gives me really good dreams about the Chicago Bears offense. This would be one of the most explosive offenses we've seen in Chicago in a long, long time. But Romad Duncan is going to be a really good player in the National Football League. So he lands at number 4 on today's video. Now moving on to number 3, I have wide receiver Malik Neer standing at 6 foot, 200 pounds. And Bears fans, my comparison from Malik Neer is a DJ Moore 2.0. When you look at a guy like Malik Neer, he has short area explosiveness, footwork is lightning quick, elite separation, athleticism as well. Can be a consistent vertical threat from the outside or the slot. Can you imagine having Malik Neer, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet, Caleb Williams? So you're basically having 2 DJ Moores on one offense. It would be absolutely explosive. Obviously, Malik Neer showed off his speed during LSU's Pro Day. He ran a 4.35, which is lightning fast. This would be a really explosive offense. And once again, I would be fine with taking any of these receivers. If Malik Neer, Romad Duncan, and Marvin Harrison Jr. in a perfect world, I know it won't happen, so don't come at me in the comment section. In a perfect world, if you had a Duncan, Neighbors, and Harrison Jr. all on the board, at that point, just flip a coin, and whoever it lands on, take them. I think they're all going to have outstanding careers in the National Football League. Malik Neer is going to be an absolute stud in the National Football League, and he lands at number 3 on today's video. Now moving on to number 2, I had wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. staying at 6'4", 205 pounds. Harrison Jr. is one of the most complete prospects you will find in the 2024 NFL Draft. He's versatile in his releases off the line of scrimmage against press, great body control, great long speed, excellent hands, elite footwork, and he's also a willing blocker. To me, Bears fans, in a perfect world, if the Chicago Bears were able to land Caleb Williams with the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, and then followed up with number 9, and Marvin Harrison Jr. drops to number 9, and you're able to get Marvin Harrison Jr., that would be the best draft I've seen in years for the Chicago Bears, because to me, you're getting the best 2 players in this year's draft. Once again, I think when you look at each and every one of these receivers, it is very slim. They are all very good prospects. I just think they offer different things. I do think Marvin Harrison Jr. is the full package. He can do everything. Once again, Marvin Harrison Jr., DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Cole Kmet, Caleb Williams. That would just be a beautiful, beautiful situation for the Chicago Bears offense, a beautiful situation for new Bears offensive coordinator Shane Waldron. That would be a dream come true for Bears fans to watch every single Sunday. But once again, to me, Bears fans, Marvin Harrison Jr. is the second best player in the 2024 NFL Draft. And now moving on to number 1, and this is by no surprise whatsoever, it is going to be quarterback Caleb Williams, staying at 6'1", 215 pounds. Once again, Bears fans, top tier arm talent, incredible off-script passer and playmaker, good footwork from Caleb Williams, accurate on the run or from within the pocket as well. Really good processor and ultra competitive at the end of the day. Caleb Williams will be the number 1 overall pick for the Chicago Bears. And I know what you guys may ask down below in the comment sections. Why didn't you put Drake May in your top 10? Why didn't you put Jaden Daniels in your top 10? Because I truly believe that there is no point of putting them in my top 10, because I think Caleb Williams at this point is the only option for Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears. I do truly believe that it's a 99.5% chance that Caleb Williams will be taken number 1 overall in the 2024 NFL Draft by the Chicago Bears. And I'm definitely looking forward to the Caleb Williams era here in Chicago. So Bears fans, overall, that is my top 10 big board of the needs that Chicago Bears could address. There's going to be a whole lot of talent on the board for the Chicago Bears. The assumption is that we will take Caleb Williams with the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. But then at number 9, the Bears have options. You can trade down, maybe get a guy like Jared Verse or Olu Fanu. Maybe you get lucky and you get Marvin Harrison Jr. floating around at 9. Malik Neer is floating around at number 9. Maybe Romad Duncan at number 9. The Chicago Bears are going to have unlimited options with the number 9 overall pick, and we are so close to the 2024 NFL draft. So overall, Bears fans, how do you guys rank, or how did you guys like my top 10 big board on today's episode of KIEQ on the Mic? Let me know down below in the comment section. Once again, before I let you guys go, just another reminder that I will be going live on YouTube for round 1 of the 2024 NFL draft. I'll be giving away KIEQ on the Mic merch, draft caps as well. So come get my live reaction of who the Chicago Bears select in round 1 of the 2024 NFL draft. But as always, Bears fans, make sure you continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of KIEQ on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, be back for our all-new Bears podcast right here on KIEQ on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You've been listening to KIEQ on the Mic, a podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Thanks, guys, and bear down.